Hey everyone, thanks for joining us today. We're talking about Salt Lake City, Part 2. Hi everyone, my name is Brady Summers with Seasons Real Estate, and today we're going to talk about Salt Lake City, Part 2. Now today we're going to talk about the south side of Salt Lake and the west side of Salt Lake. So when we talk the south side of Salt Lake, we're not talking about South Salt Lake, which is actually a separate city. You'll find that in another video that we do here in the future. Now right now we are on 1300 South, going past what is known as Smith's Ballpark. Now Smith's Ballpark is where the Utah Bees play baseball. The Utah Bees is a AAA affiliated baseball team that is affiliated with the Los Angeles Angels. So if you're a Los Angeles Angels fan, you might know some of the players that started here in Utah. Median purchase price in this part of Salt Lake is $440,000 as of today. And that's going to get you about a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 19 square foot house. So if you remember, that's about $200,000 lower than the east and north part of Salt Lake City. So that is a huge variation when you're looking inside of Salt Lake City. So now we're taking a trip down 300 West, which is also often called 3rd West, or John Stockton Boulevard after the jazz player. He's kind of a local hero. And on the end of John Stockton Boulevard, there is the Vivint Smart Home Arena. Now you'll know some people will call this the Delta Center. It hasn't been the Delta Center in many, many years. I think we're on our 3rd different brand that has taken over, but the Delta Center is still kind of one of the things that people call. Well, the Vivint Smart Home Arena has the Utah Jazz. It's where they play. There's a lot of concerts and different things like monster truck rallies, all sorts of things. Now this area has a really good public transit and a good walkability score for Utah. Utah is not a great walkable state, but Salt Lake City is pretty good. Right here you'll see we have the track station, which can get you east and west, a little bit north and south. It can get you to the front runner stations that can get you all the way down even to Utah County up into Ogden. So this is a really good central place that has a lot of public transportation. So next to the Vivint Smart Home Arena is the Gateway. It's one of the largest outdoor shopping malls in Utah. Now there is all sorts of things, including a Larry Miller Megaplex Theater. There's an events venue called the Depot at the Gateway, and there's a lot of shopping. There's fun places to eat. They've got like picnic areas that they have swings instead of benches. They've got the grand staircase over here that also has a lot of cool places you can lounge, you can read books, you can do work, all sorts of stuff. And right next to it is a splash pad that it goes all year round. As we travel through the Gateway, you'll notice that there's a lot of shops. There's a lot of small boutiques. There's this place called the Hall Pass that we're passing right now that is a collection of restaurants. It's almost like a food truck rally inside of a building where you can go in and there's a whole bunch of different options. It's like kind of a really high-end food court, but it's not that expensive. So there's a lot of options. You can go and mix and match the type of food you want to eat for dinner while you're visiting the Gateway. There's also a few high-end restaurants here, and there is parking underneath the building inside of the parking garage. So now we're traveling west of I-15 and outside of that downtown Salt Lake area. This area is kind of known as Rose Park. Now Rose Park was established in the aftermath of World War II, so you'll see there's a lot of the bungalows that were really popular right after the World War. It's starting its rejuvenation phase where a lot of the houses are either getting ripped down and rebuilt or full remodels and updating to today's styles. Rose Park has a lot of parks. There's about 9 public areas that you can go with playgrounds, baseball fields, pavilions, all sorts of green spaces and things to do. When the developers started developing Rose Park, he designed it to look kind of like a rose or a bundle of roses, with the main road, American Beauty, to look like the main stem. Now here is Rose Park Golf Course, and as you're traveling outside of Rose Park, you are going to find the Utah State Fairground Park. Now this is where events like the annual state fair that happens in August every year takes place. There's also a lot of other things like rodeos, demolition derbies, concerts, and different craft boutiques and things that take place here at the Utah State Fairground Park. So now we're coming up to the airport, and this is the left lane as you're pulling into the airport. A lot of stuff has changed here, and this is the new waiting area. You'll notice there's a Burger King and a Chevron gas station. If you're waiting for somebody and their flight hasn't landed, maybe they're not out of the gate yet, you can come park here and it'll let you know when their flight arrives. So I flipped the camera onto the other side of the car so we could kind of show you a little bit of the new layout as far as departures. If you're dropping somebody off here at the airport, you'll take the far right lane and you'll go up onto the second story. Now a lot of the other airports already have these type of drop-offs and things that are stacked, but this is new to Utah. This is a renovation that the first phase of it was finished in late 2020, and they're still working on some of the terminals. Now the airport does have a ton of walking between some of the terminals depending on which terminal you're flying in and out of, and they've done it so that they can lay it out better so the airplanes can come and go a little bit more efficiently. If you're going to be departing from Salt Lake City International, you're going to want to make sure you leave adequate time to make the walk past security to your final gate. So do a little bit of research, figure out how far it is of a walk. So thank you for joining us on our tour today of Salt Lake City Part 2. If you haven't seen the first video, go ahead and click the link up here or in the video description. We love helping people buy, sell, and invest in real estate. We help people moving from out of state all the time, and if you are looking for a real estate agent who can help guide you through the process, we'd love to talk to you.